Okay. So statistics is about dealing with data. Like data, I mean, right now you must have not be dealing with so many data. Like at your level, you must be thinking of average percentage, class average in terms of marks and everything. But like even in terms of work and everything, like even if you consider YouTubers, you always have to deal with data. The maximum subscribers kahan se aa rahe, maximum viewers kahan se aa rahe. You look at all these graphs and charts and tables and all of that. So statistics, like basically what all of this means is dealing with all of that. Okay. Abhi grade 10, abhi is level mein, what you have statistics mein is same as what you had in grade 9 also. We'll be talking about mean. We'll have median, and we'll talk about mode. But the difference is 9th May you were given like a set of numbers, फिर उनका mean, median, mode find out करना था. Now you'll be given tabular data and you have to find out what is the mean, median, mode of all of this. Okay. So the conceptually it's the exact same thing, mean, median, mode, but there'll be a slight difference. The formula that you use will be different in all of these cases. Okay. So isme, like if you want to do well, like get marks in this chapter, all you need to do is like two things. One is remember the formulae correctly. So for each of these you have different formula. So know the formula, understand the formula. Like h matlab what number you have to put, x matlab what number you have to put, that you need to know. And the second is you need to be good with the calculation. So these are like the only two things involved in this whole chapter. Like har ek ka formula, need to remember the formula correctly and know to put the correct values in that formula, and you need to calculate correctly. Once you're good with both of these, statistics, you'll kill it like full marks. Okay. Okay. Ashia, Parvati, Aryan, what happened? Where are you guys?
Ma'am, I couldn't hear you for some time, so I just went to settings and changed my speaker.
Okay. But where's your video? Okay. Cool. So each of these we'll tackle as and when we do these topics. So we'll start off with mean first. Okay. Tabular class. Okay, all of that we'll discuss when we come to it. So first thing is mean. What do you know about mean? Do you know what is mean? How do you calculate mean? Yeah.
The formula for it, or
yeah, formula.
So that's sigma fi xi upon sigma fi.
Okay, that is the current formula, but like conceptually, like what does all of this mean? Sigma matlab kya? What is f? What is x?
Sigma is the addition of you can say frequency, and x is the middle term for the class interval. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, that's called class mark. Yeah, we'll be discussing all of that. But like,
ma'am, is it the average of data?
Yeah, mean is basically average. And how do you calculate the average? Basic concept kya hai? Like this you guys have been doing since your childhood. How do you calculate average? Yaad nahi hai? You guys know it. I'm sure you do have heard of this. Sum of all observations divided by
sum of frequencies,
number of observations.
Yes, total number of observations. Clear. See, you guys know this. Clear. So this is what mean is, and the formula Shana, what Shana had said, sigma fi xi by sigma fi is basically this only, just that it is applicable to your tabular data. Like f, x, and all are related to what you have in a table. That's all it is. Okay. So just keep this in mind, and you'll be able to answer it easily. So basically, every time you calculate mean, whatever data you're given, this is what you end up doing. You add up all the observations and you divide it by the total number of observations. Okay. So before we start applying this formula, some things that you guys need to remember or know the terms. Okay. Grade 9 May, you guys dealt with ungrouped frequency. Ungrouped frequency distribution. Okay, to understand ungrouped frequency distribution, we'll like collect data, we'll do that, all of that abhi. Okay, summer is almost coming to an end. The saying monsoons are coming abhi, right? Did you guys eat mangoes during your holidays? Everyone? Parvati, no?
No, I don't like eat it.
Okay. Ashia, what about you? You also have not answered. Not really. You guys don't like mangoes, or you just didn't get a chance to eat it? Kya hua?
I'd rather drink it than eat it, and like I didn't think about making it.
ठीक है, like you had some mango something, right? Milkshake, ice cream, जो भी है. Ashia, what about you? Did you have any mango at all? Can you repeat that? समझ में नहीं आया.
Had it in like the summer vacation. I had it in
ठीक है. So tell me, during the whole thing, how many mangoes do you guys have? Just a rough number. Like if you think you had one every day, matlab we'll be close to 30, 31. If you think you had like once a week, matlab we'll be like 3 or 4 as well. So just tell me the number of mangoes you had. Okay, Sujal around 6, 7. Okay. Let's take it 6. Aryan 10, 15. Give me a single number, guys. I'll take 12. Shana, what about you?
I'd say about an 8.
8. Okay. Arya? Arya also 8. Okay. Ashia 2. Okay. Parvati 0. 0 will be difficult. So let's say one milkshake you had was 1 mango. So uske hisab se how many did you have? Or how many times did you have, like even if you had like puri amras or something like that?
One, so I'll take 2 maximum.
Okay. Everybody's answered. Okay, there's 6 people here. We've got 6 numbers. Okay. So I also will say I had 3 here. So what, like this data that I have here is just it's just like I just collected it and then I put it here. So this is ungrouped data. Like this is just raw data. Okay. So suppose I tablefy it, like I put it in all in a table. So let's say number of mangoes and then frequency. Okay. So 2 mangoes khaya, 2 people have eaten it. So it came up twice. So 2 mangoes, 2 people have eaten it. Next, we have 3 mangoes, 1 person ate it. What's the next number? Or kya data hai?
6.
8.
Yeah, 6. How many 6s are there here? 1. 8, how many? 8,
2.
2. Okay, so this also done, this is also done, this is also done. Okay, what else? 8 ke baad?
12.
12.
12, how many?
1.
1. Okay, so this sort of organization, this is a ungrouped frequency distribution table. So I calculated the frequency of each observation. Like we have observation 2, 3, 6, 8, 12. So this is ungrouped frequency distribution table. Table, put it in a table, distribute like frequency ka distribution, because I found out each observation ka frequency kitna hai. And because I did it individually for each observation, that's ungrouped frequency distribution table. ठीक है. Next, अभी अगर इसका mean find out करना है, how would you do that? See, if you had just this, matlab, it's pretty easy. Sum of all observations upon total number of observations. So you just sum up each of these observations and then you divide it by the number of observation आ जाएगा. तो अगर मेरे पास frequency distribution table है, तो यहाँ पे how will I find the mean? Sum of observations क्या होगा? Do I just add 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus 8 plus 12? Is that correct? Sujal? No? So what should I do?
No, ma'am.
Yeah. So Arya, what should I do to get the correct mean?
Nothing, add the frequency.
Add the frequencies. Okay. So adding the frequency, which is what my sigma f is. So what will I get? Seven is the sum.
7.
Okay. So what is this? Is this my sum of observations or is this total number of observations? Or is it like neither?
Total number of observations.
Yeah, this is my total number of observations. Okay. So total number of data pieces I have. Sum of observations के लिए क्या करना है? Ashia? Oh, there's some weird filter that's coming with your voice. I can hear you, but it's not clear. It's like there's a lot of disturbance along with your voice. So see if you have to reconnect your mic or clean the mic area. पता नहीं, देखना पड़ेगा. Right? ठीक है, yeah, rejoin, check mic connection. ठीक है, Shana, how would you calculate the mean for sum of observations के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा?
We have to multiply the frequency and the number of mangoes.
Yes, so that will give me like multiply them and then add them up.
And then add the total. Add them.
So that will give me the total number of observations. Yeah. So that's where my sigma FIXI is going to come from. Yeah. So basically I do 2 into 2, 3 into 1, 6 into 1, 8 into 2, and 12 into 1. So doing this, I'll get my total number of observations. So technically what I'm doing, 2 into 2 matlab, I'm adding 2 twice, which is what I would have done even when I tried to sum all of this together. Okay, so that's all it is. So my mean, yeah, just add them up. So 4 plus 3 plus 6 plus 16 plus 12, whatever number you get divided by 7, that'll give me the mean. So this is ungrouped frequency. Now, if you had a grouped like if you had to make a group frequency distribution table. Okay, so instead of having each different number individually, if I tabulate the data like this, so number of mangoes, so 0 mangoes to 5 mangoes, and this is the frequency. Yeah. Hi Arshia, can you try speaking Abhi? अभी तो पूरा गया mic. Yeah, it's not yeah, it's not a Zoom issue, it's a loose connection. Yeah, so you're saying it sounds like there's like a windstorm, a lot of disturbance there. So it's like, if it's not connected properly, yeah, a lot of disturbance there. It's like that. Okay. Okay, figure it out, check it out. Abhi, you can do it over chat and see if it gets sorted. Like get it fixed tomorrow. Okay, so mean, yeah, we were discussing mean Abhi. So sum of all the frequencies upon total number of, sorry, sum of observations upon total number of observations. So Abhi, if we need to group this, so 0 to 5 mangoes, how many people have eaten anywhere between 0 to 5 mangoes? 3. So 2 mangoes bhi khaya, 3 mangoes bhi khaya. Like 2 plus 1 total is 3 people. So frequency will be 3. Next, 6 to 10 mangoes between 6, like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10
Three.
mangoes. 3 people. We have 6 and we have 8. And we have 10 or let's follow the pattern. 11 to 15 mangoes.
1.
1 person has eaten. Okay, so this is grouped frequency distribution table because you're grouping the observations together. So instead of having individual data points, individual observations, we're grouping it as 0 to 5. This is one way of grouping it. We can also group it. So we have 5 to 10, 10 to 15. This is a continuous group frequency distribution table. And if these are not coinciding, if we are starting from 6 after 5, that will be a discontinuous or discrete group frequency distribution table. Okay. So this is grouped frequency distribution. So in this case, now if I have to take sigma fi, like if I want to apply the same formula as this, so 0 to 5, 3 people have eaten. So यहाँ पे what number should I take? Should I take 0 or 5 or somewhere in between? Okay. So here you assume that ठीक है. So Aryan, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, head up, or like if you're on a laptop, just angle it a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if it is 0 to 5, you assume that okay, the 3 people who have eaten the mangoes are somewhere exactly in between 0 to 5. So you take the midpoint of 0 to 5. So in order to calculate the mean, you calculate the midpoint of 0 to 5. And yeah, so that particular thing, that particular midpoint is called class marks. Okay, so again, before we go ahead with the formula, some terms. When you tabulate it, like when you group the observations together, frequency to pata hai, what are each of these measurements called? 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15.
Class mark.
Huh?
Class mark.
No.
Ma'am, class size.
Nahi.
Something like class mark.
They are just called classes. So you can call them classes or class intervals.
Okay, class center.
Okay. So what you're talking about, class size, is literally the size of the class. So this particular class का size कितना होगा?
5.
5, because you're taking 5 observations. 5 to 10, again 10 minus 5, 5. So class size is the upper limit minus lower limit. So upper limit is the highest point of the class, lower limit is the lowest point. So upper limit minus lowest limit. Class mark. So class mark is the midpoint of a particular class. So how do you find the central value between any two numbers? So look at it visually. Like suppose I have 0, I have 5. दोनों के बीच में exact center. How would you find it?
It's like
5 divided by 2.
What do I divide by 2?
Class
5.
size divided by 2.
Class size divided by 2. Okay. What about the central, like class mark of this class 5 to 10? 5 है, 10 है, तो यहाँ पे क्या है? What is the midpoint value? If I still do class size divided by 2, I'm going to get 2.5. And obviously 2.5 is not in between 5 and 10. Parvati, you were saying, how would you find class mark?
I thought it was 2.5 for the first one. And then after that, I continued like 5 plus 2.5 is 7.5. Then 10 plus 2.5 is 12.5.
That is one way to go about it, and that's okay. Like if सबके sizes same है, so that applies pretty straightforward. But what if it is different? Guys, if you had to find out the center value between any two values, how do you do that?
I think we're supposed to add both of them and then divide it by 2.
That's it. Again, coming back to it, average matlab average gives you the center value between a range of values. तो अगर दो ही numbers है, तो दोनों का average is going to be the center this thing. So upper limit plus lower limit by 2 will give you the class size. So 0 plus 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. उससे आ जाएगा. 5 to 10, 5 plus 10, 15 divided by 2, 7.5 lies exactly in between both of these. That's just the average of the beginning value and the end value. So upper limit plus lower limit by 2. I'll give you the class marks. Okay. So class marks and observations, usually they are denoted by the variable x and frequency is denoted by f. तो अगर इसका मीन अगर फाइंड आउट करना है, so here you directly apply the formula sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi. So यहाँ पे sigma is a Greek letter. This is like Greek में this is capital S. So sigma. And in mathematics, every time you see this particular symbol or the word sigma comes into picture, it means summation. So summation matlab you have to add whatever is after this symbol. So यहाँ पे fi xi है, you need to add all the f into x values. Okay. And sigma fi matlab you need to add all the f values. So this literally means add class marks into frequency. So that's your sum of all observation. यहाँ पे जो किया 2 into 2, 3 into 1, that's exactly what this means here. Just that क्योंकि यहाँ पे class intervals है, you take the central values. So you, so यहाँ पे if I had to calculate x, what will be the class marks in classes के? Aryan, what would be the class mark for the first interval?
Ma'am, it will be 2.5.
Huh. Arya, next one,
7.5.
7.5. Arshia, third इसका class interval. I think he joined using phone or something, right? I can see 2 accounts of yours. दोनों काम नहीं कर रहे क्या? Try speaking.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
हाँ, I can hear. This is very clear. There's some hardware issue. So इसका class mark क्या होगा 10 to 50?
25 divided by 2.
How much is it? तो पेपर पे करके देखो ना.
Twelve point five.
12.5 is correct. Okay. So Ashia, do one thing. If you're on 2 devices, no, so I can see you, and I think your audio is fine on the computer. So phone pe disconnect the audio. Okay, mute. You can like mute it and reduce the volume on the phone, or if there's a way to disconnect Zoom ka audio on phone, do that. So you can use that only for mic. Okay. 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 So now we have class mark. So can you guys find out the mean for these 3 and tell me? So sigma fi xi, literally add f into x for each of these cases. So it'll be 2.5 into 3, 7.5 into 3, 12.5 into 1. And divided by sigma fi is add all the f values. This is sigma fi. इसका multiplication and adding is sigma fi xi. Arya, calculate that. So do 2 things. So यहाँ पे like table में make another column fx, which is f into x. So this will be 3 into 2.5 will be 7.5. 3 into 7.5 will be 22.5, and this is 12.5. Okay, इन तीनों को add करके you get sigma fi xi. So sigma fi xi is literally f1 x1 plus f2 x2 plus f3 x3. मतलब fx सबको add करके what you get, that is sigma fi xi, divided by sigma fi is f1 plus f2 plus f3. So this will be f1 x1 मतलब first f into x be 7.5 plus. So Parvati has calculated already, first one to do it. बाकी सब लोग 22.5 plus 12.5 divided by f1 plus f2 f3. So that's 3 plus 3 plus 1. Okay. So do this calculation. Tell me what you get finally. Okay, Parvati's done, Shana has done. Both of you got very close values, but very different. 6 point आया, but that's it. Rest of it, both of you got different values. Why? इतना difference नहीं आना चाहिए. Check. Parvati, there'll be a slight difference because, like, suppose I have the exact values. Ungroup frequency में I have exact values, right? Like 2 कितना है, 3 कितना है, 6 कितना है, 8 कितना है, like I have those values. लेकिन यहाँ पे I'm just assuming कि whatever 3 values are there, it'll be 7.5 only. So इसलिए there'll be a small difference between grouped and ungrouped coming.
Okay.
Arya, calculate that, no? What did I tell you in the beginning? First is knowing, understanding the formula. The second part is all calculation. तो पूरा करके decimals में you need to present it. So Shana is the first one who got it correctly. For Parvati, I think you did it for the proper data. If you have the data, yes, you'll get the accurate value. But what if you don't know the exact values and you just know the tabulated values? And यहाँ पे क्योंकि 7 data points ही है, तो it's pretty easy to calculate. You can manually do it. But if you are dealing with like hundreds, 200 of so many data, then it gets difficult to add 200 individual numbers. Now imagine तुम्हारे सारे sections के class average अगर निकालना है, like in any particular subject or something. Math में average marks कितने हैं? So if you combine all 6-7 sections, there'll be at least 150, 200 students, right? So in those sort of cases, you just use group frequency and make your calculations easier. Aryan got it. I think you rounded off. Sujal got it. Yes. Arshia? Arya got it. Yes. Arshia, where are you at? Got a calculation?
I'm just calculating it.
Okay. Parvati got it. Yes. So numerator में कितना आएगा? Add these 3.5. Denominator is 7. ठीक है. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 2, 11 plus 1, 12. 1 will get carried over. So 42.5. तो इसका division करना है. Get 6.071. Another thing, statistics में हमेशा you will get decimal based answers a lot of times. So round it off to 2 decimal points. Okay, take default as 2 decimal points. Suppose it's an MCQ, or if they specify round it off to 1 decimal, 3 decimals, so do as it says. But otherwise, by default, 2 decimal points is ideal. Cool. We'll do one problem. You guys used to this. Okay, first one. Find the mean of the following distribution by direct method. You given table, you given number of workers. So presentation के लिए when you're solving statistics के questions, okay, first class interval यहाँ पे directly it is given. Number of workers, what is this, F or X? क्या है?
That would be F, right?
F. So number of अगर है तो that's frequency, like number of, like frequency of workers whose data is somewhere between 0 to 10, that way. Okay, so this is the whole column of F. Add करके you'll get sigma F. The next X find out करना पड़ेगा. So make a third column for X and a fourth column for F into X. So this way it'll be easy, it'll be clear. Presentation के लिए भी अच्छा है, and it won't be confusing when you're doing your own calculation also. Do everything in the table, it'll get easy. Okay. So make this table, fill out the XK values, all the class intervals, fill out, then multiply it, get the FX values, do the addition here only. फिर इस table के नीचे write down the formula, mean equal to the formula, and then do your final calculation there. Okay. So complete it. Anyone has any doubt, let me know, we'll do it together. Otherwise complete it, send the answer quickly. Shana has already done it. Yes, that is correct. Send it on WhatsApp. Very neat.
Thank you.
Nice. That was quick also. Good. Arya, so first row का what is the class mark? X value कितना है इसका? Arya?
Me or
I asked Arya, but she's still solving. Okay, Aryan, you tell me. 0 to 10 का कितना आया?
ma'am, it's 5.
5. Okay.
I'm also still doing.
हाँ, completed. Okay. But यहाँ तक तो खत्म हो जाना चाहिए ना? X value तो I should find out by now. आशिया 10 to 20 क्लास मार्क कितना आया? 15. 15 is correct. Yeah. Parvati 20 to 30.
25.
20 to 30.
Oh. It's 25 only, right?
25 is correct. Sujal 30 to 40.
35.
35. Yes. 40 to 50 will be 45. Once you got these values, multiply kar lo, the right values. Send it. Parvati got it. So Shana and Parvati completed. First ones to do it. Nobody else done it. Not calculator. Ashia, check your final division. It's very close. Decimal के बाद जो है, that's the only point of difference. Okay. It's pretty straightforward. 7 into 5, 35. You guys can compare the values, huh? Ha, now we got it. So Shana, Ashia, Parvati. Aryan, what? No.
Made a mistake.
15 into 25. Yeah, Sujal? This will be 375. 8 into 35 will be 280. This will be 450. Check if all your fx values are correct. Then sigma f will be addition of all this. So we get 20, 35. So this will be 50. And sigma fx will be 5 plus 5, 10. Carry 1. Plus 1, 4 plus 5, 9. 9 plus 7, 16. 16 plus 8, 24 plus 5, 29. Plus 1, 3. Plus 3, 6. plus 2, 8, plus 4, 12. So your final mean should be 1290 divided by 50. Check your values यहाँ पे सब ठीक ठाक आया कि नहीं. Who else is yet to do? Arya. Aryan check answer. Ashia got it. Parvati got it. Sujal also hasn't sent in.
I'm just a second, I'm dividing.
I've sent the second one.
हाँ, ये सही है. Yes. What happened? Where did you Did you forget the 0 over here? क्या हुआ?
Yes, ma'am. I forgot the zero.
Arya, what's going on your end? What?
I'm just gonna send the photo.
What happened? What's that?
So I'm done with the question. This last one. I finished calculating. I'll be sending the photo.
ठीक है. Okay. Sujal also got it. सही है. So we'll do one more. This time, अभी 3:52 हो रहा है ना? Try and finish it by 4 o'clock. Like take 8 minutes. Take lesser time this time. So 14.1.2. Do this one. Same process. You're given the classes, frequency is given. Calculate x, calculate fx. But try to do it quickly. 3:52 हो रहा है. Finish it by 4 o'clock. We'll see how many of you can do it by 4. ठीक है. Arya got it. So in this particular mean formula, main thing is get the x correctly. So here it's not as simple as the previous one. थोड़ा calculate करना पड़ेगा. You're getting it in decimals. And then fx multiplication also takes a little. कर लो. Shana has already completed. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. So this time calculation is easier than last time. Should be able to finish by 4. Ashia, check what you've sent. I think that's a typo. Is that your final answer or do you want to change it? Okay. Then either Shana or Ashia, one of you guys need to check calculation. I think Shana, you need to check your calculation. Let's see sigma fi kitna aaya. Sigma fi is correct. So fi xi, the multiplication individual ones are correct. Like in addition, I think you need to check.
Addition for sigma fixi, that is.
Huh, yes.
Okay, I'll just. Okay.
Huh. Yeah, this addition you need to check. Sujal got it. Good. Before time, you guys, well done. So Aryan, Arya. Where are you guys at? Aryan and Arya, final division. कहाँ पे हो?
Yes, ma'am, final division.
ठीक है. Aryan is also done. Good. Well done, you guys. On time. This will be 180. This will be 400. This is also 400. This will be 720. This is 280.
Waiting.
Yeah. Okay, so sigma fi needs to be 40. Yes, Shana corrected it. So this is 8. 1 will be carried over. 2 plus 4, 6 plus 4, 10 plus 7, 17 plus 2 will be 19. So mean will be sigma fixi upon sigma fi. So this is 1980 divided by 40. Okay, so divide that. आ जाएगा. Okay, good. Yes. Arya, 1 minute more. You're almost there. Okay, now we'll be starting with the next method. Come on, guys, videos on. Yes. So what we just did, that was calculating mean using direct method. It's called direct method because you're literally directly applying the formula. You're adding up all the observations, dividing it by this thing. The next method is called assumed mean method. So kind of like direct method only with extra steps. And the reason why we have this method, even though there's extra steps, is to make the calculations easier. So abhi tak you were dealing with multiples of 10, like 30 into 5, 40 into 8. All of that is doable. You can do all those calculations mentally. But what if your class marks were something like 12.5, 17.5? उस तरह के values है, मतलब your calculations also get difficult, right? So to save you the trouble is why we have assumed mean method. Again, just like the name says, first you assume a specific mean and then you do the actual calculation and then you adjust it based on your calculation. Okay, so assumed mean method mein the formula is very similar. So mean equal to a plus sigma fi di upon sigma fi. So this part looks very similar to your mean part only. So in terms of calculation and all that, very similar, but new things here. So A is your assumed mean and F is same frequency जो भी है. D is the deviation. So कितना deviate हो रहा है from your assumed value. So you are assuming a particular value and you're checking कितना deviate हो रहा है, उसका mean find out करके you're adjusting with your assumed mean value. That's what this method is. Okay, so let me know once you guys have noted down the formula, and we'll do this method by taking an example. Like we'll do another question and then do this. Okay, so let me know when you finished noting down the formula. Sujal, Ashia, Parvati. Okay, Parvati says done.
Done.
Okay. All right. Are you also finished noting? Okay. So Aryan, Ashia, and Shana, let me know when you're ready.
done.
Okay. So Aryan and Ashia, let me know. Aryan's
Done.
ठीक है. 14.1.8. Note down this table and then I'll tell you guys how to start this thing. So just like with assumed mean, class frequency के बाद make like find out the class marks. Like mean चाहिए मतलब like you need to absolutely do the x वाला part also in the table. So once you finish noting the table down, no, I'll switch to the whiteboard because or columns का requirement होगा इसमें. पूरा टेबल हो गया क्या? Like noted down all of these. Sujal done. Okay. Ashia and Shana, I think you guys also finished noting.
Yes, I'm done.
Okay. So Aryan, Parvati, let me know when you finished. Okay.
I'm done.
ठीक है. Switch the whiteboard. Okay. So first you had all the classes and then you had all the frequencies. इसके बाद x क्या था? Can you guys tell me class marks for each one? 25 to 30 क्या होगा class mark?
27.5.
Yes. Next 30 to 35.
32.5.
Parvati 35 to 40.
37.5.
Next. Parvati next. 30.
42.5.
Yes.
47.5.
Arya.
Uh,
What is after that? Arya, are you there?
Can I answer?
Yeah.
52.5.
Yes. 52.5. And then we have 55 to 60 also, right?
57.5.
Okay. So F है सारे, X है. Then the next column. So before doing the next column, so X के बाद the next column will be D. ये वाला deviation. So before you can fill up the deviation, we need to assume a particular mean. So generally by definition, mean क्या होता है? Like what is the average or the mean of any value?
The midpoint it is.
Midpoint, right? Something that's in the center. So when you assume a mean, pick a central value. तो यहाँ पे कितने सारे columns हैं? Like how many rows do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So center value, like you can pick the central one. In this case, it is 42.5, or you can pick the one that has more number of observation, 37.5 also. It's going to come somewhere between this. Once you do the calculation, it'll get adjusted and you'll get the accurate value. But otherwise, yeah. So mean is a central value. So pick the center value. Let's take the absolute center one, 42.5. So let's say assumed mean, or A, equal to 42.5. So note down assumed mean somewhere outside the table, like below the table, yeah, beside the table, kahin bhi, and also highlight the value here. You can underline it, you can circle it, but that way it'll get easier for you when you do the calculations to, you won't get confused. 42 lena hai ki 47 lena hai. So that way it'll be easier on the eyes and it'll like less chance to make mistakes also. So next, deviation is defined as A minus D. So whatever value you pick here, minus, sorry, D, A minus X. Okay, by how much is it deviating? So the first deviation का value क्या होगा इसमें? So 42.5 minus 27.5, how much would you get?
From 15.
15.
15, yeah.
Okay. Do the same thing. Next D value would be 42.5. So, sorry, there's a mistake I made here. Deviation is X minus A, not A minus X. Okay, make that correction, guys. So deviation equal to X minus A. Class mark minus assumed. So this will be minus 50. So to do the same thing here, 42.5 minus 32.5, sorry, 32.5 minus 42.5 will be minus 10. Next one will be 37.5 minus 42.5. So minus 5. 42.5 minus 42.5 will be 0. So continue, you'll get all the d values. Yeah. So next kitna aega? 47.5 minus 42.5.
5.
5. And then 52.5 minus 42.5.
10.
10. And then finally 57.
15.
Be 50. So once you have your D, next column will be FD. Yeah. So mean में sigma fx चाहिए था, so you made this column. Assume mean method में, because you have sigma fd in the formula, you're making sigma fd का column. Okay, so now your calculations have become easy. Instead of multiplying with 27.5, you just have to multiply with 15, 10, 5, these numbers only. It gets easy. And like if there's a negative sign, keep the negative sign. Don't ignore it. That's important. So this will be 15 into minus 14. It will be minus something.
Minus 1.
Yes. It will be 22 into 10. It will be minus 220. 15 into 16 into 5. Arshia?
80.
No. यहाँ पे minus 5 है ना?
Ma'am, you have 16 into 5, not 16 into minus 5.
ठीक है, but like fill out this particular next in this column will be minus 80. 0. Okay. 5 into 5, Arshia?
25.
25. Okay. 3 into 10, Parvati?
30.
30. And 4 into 15, Aryan?
Ma'am, 70.
Huh?
Ma'am, 60.
हाँ.
I said 60.
Okay. So we know we have all the F's, we have FDs, we have A. So all you need to do is calculate the total, like find out sigma F, find out sigma FD. So negative sign hai to subtract it. So there will be minus 210, minus 220, minus 80, plus 25, plus 30, plus 60. So final answer, whether you get positive or negative, don't worry about it. Okay, just do the calculation properly and correctly. So put it in this formula, like add up all these values, put the correct value in the formula, and then you'll get your actual mean. Equal to 42.5 plus, find out sigma ft divided by sigma f, add these values. It's 510, so minus 510 plus minus 395 by Shana's already completed it. Shana, one small correction. This is a good point, actually, you reminded me. So X bar is basically the mean of all X values, all the class marks. So when you're doing it minus 310 divided by sigma fi, denoted as denoted as D bar, because that's the mean of all the deviations you're calculating.
So instead of X bar, I write D bar?
Yeah. X bar is your final value. Like X bar is mean.
Oh, okay. But won't it mean the same thing, because I'm writing mean is equal to sigma fi di and then I'm doing it. So I'm just writing mean is equal to and then putting the.
No, mean is this whole value, like A plus this thing. So mean is denoted by X bar. Whichever formula it is, mean of all the like X class interval values matlab X bar. So if you want to denote only this particular part of it, so this will be D bar.
Not, okay.
Look at it this way. Let's make it clear. So mean is X bar. So X bar is A plus D bar, where D bar is this particular part, sigma fi di divided by sigma. Shana, like you missed out on that last step.
I didn't. I'm just doing it.
Also, take note of the minus. You're like dividing minus
Yes, I just.
by yeah. So just do this whole calculation, you'll get the final. So one division and one subtraction, guys. What's taking long? Suchal, okay. That sounds about correct. Yes. Yes. Parvati, Aryan. So like slight decimal points may guys, but you guys are getting close enough. That's acceptable. Be 42.5 minus. Shana, you're almost there. You did this division also. You just needed to do one subtraction.
Yeah, I sent another picture of the thing.
Asha, you sent it there only.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you also got it. same as everybody. Yeah. Cool. So Aryan, Parvati, Sujal, Shana have completed it. Arya and Ashia, क्या हो रहा है? Where are you guys at? 5 14s are 5 7s are 35, 79. So 79 divided by 14 will be 5 point something. Yeah, Arya
And
also
5.6.
yes. Arya also got it correct. So 5.14 5s are 70 90 आएगा ना 84 5.6 something. Subtract करने पे pretty much everybody is getting around
6-4.
6.4 आएगा ठीक है. So this will be 36.86. This is around what everybody was getting. Okay. Ashia, where are you? Are you there?
Yeah, I was just doing the ending.
Okay. Okay, so one more question using assumed mean. And then also remember guys, always round off to 2 decimal places. Okay, Aryan. Parvati, can you send your working? Because I want to see what is the difference आया in your answer.
Yeah, just a minute.
Ashia, send yours also on WhatsApp. Okay. In the meantime, whoever finished that, look like do question number 10. So this time do it on your own. So just a little hint. So frequency is given. Find out the x. So once you get the class marks, get the assumed mean and find out the deviation. Uske baad you need to do FD wala column. Frequency into deviation. Okay, then apply the formula and you'll get it. Ashia, send your working also. Kinda got it, but like you got 36.5 something, na? I'll see. Chota sa difference kahan pe hai. So in the meantime,
Where do I send it?
WhatsApp pe, just click a picture and send it on WhatsApp. In the meantime, start question 10 is.
This where do I send the work?
Sorry? You can send it on the group or you can send it to me. Just click a picture and send it. Parvati, you also.
Mama said.
हाँ अभी आया. Point 5 ठीक है. Sigma FIDI 395.70. अच्छा इसलिए so Parvati you took LCM and then you did the division. इसलिए थोड़ा सा difference आया. That's fine. ठीक है. Okay. Guys, start this question number 10. Ashia, keep your rough to the side and also like write down the formula and all that properly, no? Make a habit of your presentation now itself. So exam may, test may, when you're doing it, time and all you'll save on it. Like it'll just come automatically in habit. Do it properly. Acha, you also did the cancellation and then you took the LCM and everything. इसलिए थोड़ा difference आ रहा है. Okay. ठीक है. Start 14.1.10. If I give you guys a time like 4:26 हो रहा है ना? Will you finish it by 4:30? Okay, I need to make the tables and all. No? Finish it by 4:33. Okay. I'll come back and check at 4:33. Finish it by- Shana has already sent in. Nice. It's not even 4:30 yet. Good. I have to see if it is correct or not. Between 140. Yes. Shana got it. It's correct. Sujal also got it. Yes. Ashia got it. Aryan, check. Aryan, send your working, no? Okay. Parvati got it. Yes. Aryan, send your working over WhatsApp.
Yes, ma'am.
So यहाँ पे pretty easy. Maximum number इसका ही है central value. So you assume 150. Is 150. Then deviation minus 40.
20, 0, 20, 40.
Okay. So FD you get minus 400.
Minus 400, minus 400, 0, 300 and 200.
200 सही है. So sigma fi कितना आया?
80.
80. And this will be minus 300. Okay, so mean calculation के लिए will be 150 assumed mean plus sum of this. So minus 300 divided by 80. So let's do this. Minus 3s are 24, 60, 3,
79.
779. ठीक है. So यहाँ पे minus भी है. So it will be 150 minus 3.79. So Aryan, did you subtract or add over here?
I added.
इसलिए correct.
Oh, ma'am. Oh, ma'am. Oh, sorry. Ma'am, I forgot the minus sign.
Yeah. Okay. So this is calculating mean by assumed mean. You guys want to do one more question of this, or should we move on to the next method? Yeah.
We can move on.
Okay. Anybody wants more practice, Iska? Not feeling confident about this? Yes, no? Shana, Sujal, Aryan, Ashia, Arya?
Ma'am, confident.
I'm confident about it.
Okay. Yeah. Where are your videos, guys? Okay, Ashia, Parvati. So this is a final method for mean calculation. So this is called step deviation method. So step deviation is just like assumed mean with extra steps. That's all. So assumed mean में क्या हुआ था? We have a plus d bar. So like you had to calculate the deviation and get the mean value. Step deviation is very similar, just one more extra quantity you need to find out. Okay. So mean according to step deviation method is assumed mean plus h into sigma fi ui divided by sigma fi. Okay. So where u, okay, two more new variables. So a is assumed mean just like previous thing. जो भी mean assume कर रहे हैं हम. F is the same frequency. H is class size. U is equal to D by H. So deviation divided by class size. So this is a new thing. So this iska extra column lagega calculation mein. So what you're doing is, while making the table, you're making your calculation even more simple by reducing the class, like by dividing the deviation with class size. The previous calculation may, if you had like 110, 120, like 20, 40, 60 and all. So you divide that by class size. If the class size is 10, you make it even simpler. So 20 becomes 2, 40 becomes 4. So you're making your calculations even simpler. तो वहां पे reduce करके you account for this by multiplying it over here. Okay, so U is basically deviation divided by H, which is the class size. So you calculate this in the table itself. Just like your assume mean method में the way you calculated D bar, calculate U bar here. So there's another way of representing this. So you can also write this as A plus H into U bar, where U bar is equal to sigma Fi Ui divided by sigma Fi. One condition for this is, in order to use this particular method, class size should be the same in all classes. If class size is not the same, go with your direct method or assumed mean. But if class size is the same in all the classes, then you can go ahead with this method. Okay. Again, let me know once you finish noting down the formula, then we'll do one question with step deviation method. Okay. Arya is done. Aryan is also done. Okay. Parvati is done. Well done. Okay. Shana and Ashia, let me know when you're ready, and we'll do a question. Ashia is done. Shana completed?
U is equal to D upon H.
हाँ, यहाँ पे जो U है, the U that we consider here, D upon H. D is same as deviation. Write that down here. Equal to deviation, which is X minus A. It's just extra steps, but you'll have to deal with less, like simpler calculation. Instead of doing something like 40 into 15, you just have to deal with 4 into 15. So 40 or 42.5 into 7. All of that will get divided by the class size, so it's easier. Okay.
I'm done.
Look at question number 90. So the method you do it will be the same. You're given the classes, number of women, this will be the frequency. Then make a column for X. X के बाद assumed mean, find out the assumed mean, तो deviation भी होगा. यहाँ पे instead of doing FD, there'll be one extra column U, which is equal to D by H, and U find out करने के बाद have a column for F into U. So X will be the class size. So 65 to 68 class size कितना होगा? 3. Class size will be 3. What is the class mark? X का value?
Six
66.5. Huh. Yes. Then find out the X for each. Then find out X के बाद need assumed mean D. U equal to D by H. Then multiply F into U. Do you want me to do it on the board along with you guys, or can you complete this question?
Ma'am, can you do it on the board?
ठीक है. So copy this table and let me know. Then I'll switch to the whiteboard. I'll be spacious. It'll be better. So let me know once you've finished copying like classes and the frequency. I'll switch to the other. Also, guys, video. Where are you? Sujal and Aryan done. Actually, Aryan still writing. Okay. Arya completed. Ashia, noting. So I'll just write the table here so you guys also will have it. So we have class. What are the classes we have? 65 to 68. To 71. Sujal, up to what number do we have?
86.
86. Okay. 77 to 80. 80 to 83. 83 to 86. Can you tell me the frequencies? Ka?
2, 4,
Okay.
3,
4.
8,
4 के बाद
8,
3. Okay.
8, 3, then 8, 7,
7.
4, 2.
नहीं. बीच में there's one missing.
8, 7, it's 8, 7, 4.
अच्छा 3 के बाद 8. Okay. So once we have class this thing, find out the X for each. So this is what is the table that's given. यहाँ से we need to calculate it. क्लास मार्क इसका 66.5. नेक्स्ट इसका क्या होगा क्लास मार्क? सी 9.5. 71 plus 74/2 कितना? So find out the class marks list. Complete that column. Whoever's reached till here, let me know 72.5 के बाद क्या आएगा?
75.
5.5.
Okay.
78.5.
Okay.
81.5.
Okay.
84.5.
ठीक है. Next, find out like deviation चाहिए. D equal to x minus a. उसके लिए we need assumed mean. तो assumed mean, what can you consider to be assumed mean इधर?
75.5.
75.5. Yes, center में है and maximum is there. So a equal to 75.5. So find out 66.5 minus 75.5 कितना?
How should I say the answer?
Give it 2, 3, like just find out all the deviations, then start filling.
After deviation, which table do we have to make?
Next column, deviation होने के बाद find out u. So u equal to d by h. So found out each of the deviation, right? So divided by the class size. So class size कितना है? H equal to how much?
3.
3.
So divide each of the numbers by 3. Like first one, 66.5 minus 75.5 कितना?
Okay, I
9.
have a question. After you, what table do we need to make? Like what?
So once you find out u, your main formula you need sigma fu, right? So find out f into u.
Okay.
That's it. This is your last column. So you need sigma fi. You need sigma fi ui. So once you have these two totals, you can directly put it in the formula there. So 9. So 9 divided by 3 minus 3. So instead of subtraction with 9, got easier. You just, multiplication with 9, it got easier. You just have to multiply it by 3.
Divided by 3.
Hey, f into u के लिए multiply, right?
Oh, okay. I thought you were telling about u.
No, you find out, like, why are we finding out u is to make this calculation easier. You're dealing with smaller numbers. Yep. Okay. So next,
Minus 6.
6, 75, 72, 3, 0, 3, 6, 9. Yeah. Yeah. So it becomes easier. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Is 2. It's 1. 0. So you're increasing the number of steps, but the calculation that you're doing at each step gets a lot easier. Direct method me, you would have had to multiply.
Minus 20.
So assume mean me, you have to multiply using 963. Step deviation me, you just have to deal with 1, 2, 3. So this will be minus 6, 8, 3.
Mine.
Huh? 9?
No, I was answering -3.
Ah, yeah. 0, 7, 8, 6. So add all of this. Add up all of this. Sigma fi kitna aayega? Sigma fi ui equal to. Then put it in the formula. So your mean x bar equal to a plus h into u bar is basically fi ui sigma divided by sigma fi. Okay, so put the values, a ka value, h ka value, iska value, iska value. Do the calculation. aa jayega. Shana has already completed. Parvati has also done it. No. Shana, check your sigma fi kitna hai?
Ma'am, who are you asked?
You have put the wrong value in the wrong places. Check your application formula part.
Okay.
Think about it. So if you've like mean should be somewhere in the center. So अगर 86 से ज़्यादा आ रहा है तो like that's an obviously wrong answer. So you need to go back and check it. Similarly, if you get way below 65 also, you need to check again. So if it is somewhere between like usually 74 to 77 होना चाहिए, but even otherwise like it can go a little ऊपर, little नीचे, but somewhere central values में ही होना चाहिए. Okay. So that's like your first step of checking if you got the right answer or not. Parvati is the first one to do it completely correctly. So yeah. Next, Aryan also got it. Good. This will be 30. This will be -14. Okay, so this will be sigma FIU as 4 divided by 30. Let's do this. Sujal, yes. Yes. Now you corrected it, Agya. So the whole point of having different methods for mean is to just make your calculation simpler. So depending on what kind of values you have, suppose your class size is a weird value, go with step deviation method. If your classes are all pretty simple, X also you're getting in like multiples of 10 and all, direct method will be easy. Otherwise, go with assume mean or step deviation. Makes it easier.
Ma'am, when we get an option to choose which method we have to use, which method should we use the most?
So that's what it depends on the values. So make the table until X. So suppose this is in decimals. Go with assumed mean or step deviation. So suppose you're confident with your multiplication, like you know you're fast with calculation. Assume mean may you'll be able to do it. Like 9 into 2, 18, 6 into 4, 24. So go with assume mean, makes it simpler, less time. But if these values are also really weird and this multiplication is taking a lot of time, then go with step deviation method.
Okay.
But agar x में it's all like multiples of 5, multiples of 10, then go with direct method. Like you don't have to do multiple calculations, एक shot में हो जाएगा. 4 by 10 is 0.4, so 75.5 plus 0.4, you get 75.9. So mean should get. So Parvati, Aryan, Sujal, and Shana have finished it. Ashia, what happened? 5.9 Ashia. Can't hear you, Ashia. You're disconnected out of your other account. So Arya completed?
Yes, ma'am. It's almost done.
Okay. So did you get the whole table, Arshia? Like, did you find the value of u, value of f into u? Yes or no? Yeah, ठीक है. So इसके बाद, this is a formula for mean, right? A plus h into sigma fi ui divided by sigma fi. तो इसलिए a का वैल्यू पता है हमें, हमने अज्यूम किया. h भी पता है, क्लास साइज इज 3. sigma fi ui के लिए it's basically summation of f into u values. So add करके ये भी मिल गया. Then sigma fi is summation of f values. So add करके ये भी मिल गया. So just put the values there. 75.5 plus 3 into 4 divided by 30. बस इसको simplify करना है. Okay, I'll do the calculation here. So you get 75.5 plus 3 into 4 upon 30. So 3 ones are 3 tens. So 4 divided by 10 will be 0.4. So I got 75.5 plus 0.4. So 75.9. Okay. Cool. It's almost 5. We completed all the things related to mean. So guys, I'll assign homework on Flipper. I'll see the number of questions based on that. You just do only those many topics. Then tomorrow we'll do mode and median. Median will take quite some time. Mode is pretty simple, just straightforward, one formula, and you just have to put the values there. हो जाएगा. Okay. Cool.